Sauti Sol, we'll start there because was it 2005?
We started. Sauti Sol met in 2002.
In school?
In high school, yeah. We were 15 when we met.
Yeah.
And 2006 is when we like started making like officially.
Yeah.
But we didn't put our first album out until, even single out until 2009.
Yeah.
And all those years before that, I just say those are the practice years.
The practice,
and we did our hours, our 10,000 hours in that time.
And we're still practicing, man.
We're still practicing, man.
100%.
Like it doesn't stop. The grace that got you there is the grace that keeps you there.
Amen. I like that. Yeah. So in those early years, like what was the plan? Or did you have any idea of, or did you just like music? You just enjoy playing music?
I'll be honest, man. I've never had a plan B in my life.
I like that.
Yeah. I knew very early that I want to be a musician.
Yeah.
And that's all I ever thought about. That's all I ever dreamt about.
Right.
I knew chemistry class was wasting my time. I knew physics class was wasting my time. I didn't feel the university form that people feel to go to uni when you're doing your final exams. I didn't feel that form because I just knew I wasn't going to go. Wow. I ended up going to uni though. I studied journalism.
Okay.
So still...
You speak like a journalist, you know?
I do?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you got that.
I mean, I'm trained, man.
You got that. Yeah, you got that.
Shout out USIU, my lecturers. And actually, that was, I would say, the closest thing I did to an art.
Okay.
Yeah. But I knew from a very early age, and we, as Sauti Sol, we, from the inception of the band, we just knew we were destined for a certain kind of greatness. And we went for it. And we invested all our time and money in it.
Wow.
So it explains why we are who we are.
Yeah. Because I did watch one interview. You were saying like everything you made, you just kept putting it back into the business.
And I'm still putting all my money back into my business, man. Yeah. Like when I look at Kenyan musicians, I would say we are now the industry. You know, Kenya is where Nigeria was, I'd say 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why I say that is because industries just take time to evolve. Fela Kuti, who is Nigeria's like crown jewel, Fela Kuti was hanging out with Paul McCartney in the 70s.
Yeah. All the Basquiat, all these people.
Yeah,
Grace Jones.
Was playing Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
He was doing proper venues in that time.
Right.
So the Nigerian music industry has seen what Kenyan music industry has never seen. Like we don't have artists who have been prolific.
They can go and come back and tell stories. And
exactly, and just inspire. You know, because at the end of the day, Whiskey doesn't have to go build the O2 in Lagos. He's already inspired. Rema is going for it because Whiskey has
gone for it. Yeah.
And for that reason, I think East African musicians need to invest more if we want to be as dominant as West Africa. We need to invest more in these spaces. I'd never come to London for a prolonged amount of time before this trip. So I always just came, did my show, and bounced.
Just out,
But this time I've been here 6 weeks.
You've got to meet people, see stuff.
Yo, man, I've interacted with the culture. The culture has absorbed me.
Right.
People have really been welcoming to me. You know, the grace that of all the years I've been working has really shown up. And I'm like, I would like to see Calligraph Jones do the same. You know, I'd like to see other people who are big in Kenya do the same and make that investment. The problem that we have is that we are coming from a point of scarcity, and we consider our careers to have a finite amount of time. So when people are making money, they immediately want to invest in buying land and buying a house, and those things they're good, man. I'm never gonna tell nobody.
I guess you don't know when he's gonna come back next. So
house.
Just
So you're like,
as soon as possible, right?
Your career could also just go to a level where you sell that house to live,
just to
survive.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
It's not really an investment. The best investment you can make, the biggest gamble you can make, is on yourself
and your craft and your art.
Yeah, man. Being in London alone for the 6 weeks I've been here have cost me like £20,000.
Wow.
It's expensive being here and doing PR here and doing photo shoots and just moving. But I'm not even thinking about the return on investment. No, I'm just like, that's the capital it takes for me to go to work. I'm a business.
All right.
I would love for East African artists to think like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You're not a businessman, you're a buessman.
Exactly.
I like that.
In the words of Jay-Z.
In the words of, they're great,
Jay-Z.
bro, they're great. No, but that's so interesting you're saying that, because a lot of them, a lot of the East African, I'll say East African because that's who I kind of think about when I think about Kenya and our market. they would just come and perform and go. And that thing of coming, the only person that maybe I've seen that's come and maybe tried to solidify themselves is Diamond. He'll come and I think he might even live here a lot of the time, because I see him pop up random times and I'm like, wait, what's he doing here? Like he's got so many connections. You know what I mean? Like he'll come. I've seen him in the studio with Wizkid.
I actually met Diamond a couple weeks ago. In his hotel here, and we hang out. Like he's a Londoner.
Exactly. You know, exactly. So that's someone I can say, yeah, I can see you putting your time and effort, your craft, your money into your art, and it's paid back. You can see, you know, what Diamond does. But if more of us were to do that, I think you're right.
And also, like, it's not enough for Diamond and
just to be the one,
BN to be the only ones who do it.
Course,
unfortunately, like, even if we do it in that scale, then we're just doing it for ourselves. Like, we need. I mean, look at the depth of squad that Nigeria as a country has. You know, look at the depth of squad that Ghana has. When they're doing, when Rema and Ira Star and Ruga and all that Maven label, and then you look at Wiz, Burna, all of these people are gunning for that Afrobeats chart. You know, they're gonna get it. One of them is gonna get it, and when one of them is in, then it opens up the conversation for everybody else. The only thing I'm taking back home is, man, for my record label and the Artist One Man label and people who I work with, guys, let's come here and let's take it. Nobody's gonna give it to us.
No, you gotta take it by force.
Yeah, the dreams of doing your song in Nairobi and hoping it goes viral globally, those dreams are just,
we're beyond that now.
Yeah, we're beyond that, and you're leaving too much to chance.
Yeah, because even like, okay, speaking of the guys, you know, the guys you mentor in Soul Generation, and the guys that are coming under you, has that kind of played a part in your longevity as well? Like trying to inspire the next generation, trying to be like a, you know, showing what the possibilities, you know.
Yeah,
does that play a part in your longevity?
I'll be honest, man. I've never gotten a return on investment on the artists that I mentor.
Wow.
But the return on investment is my legacy.
Yeah.
And it matters to me that someone from my lineage goes to a higher dimension than I have.
All right.
So these kids, and I'm also signing a new batch of kids this year. I just want them to also experience this. This year, man, Soul Generation has to come.
Please.
I mean, Soul is doing an O2 date.
Yeah. I heard can they open?
Yeah, they definitely have to.
Yeah, we need that.
Like, we have to bring the whole gang down.
We need that.
And have them come here and experience it. You know, when they see it for themselves, it changes how they write music. It changes how they think.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's what I want in my bucket list, to try and bring as many and build the bridge.
Of course. That's what we're trying to do, bro.
Yeah. Build the bridge and bring as many guys here as we can.
Yeah. Because what tends to happen is like, especially I'll say for Kenya, definitely we'll have like one big show a year. You know what I mean? Last year it was Major. Major was here. We brought him, and funny enough, I actually ended up DJing for him. His DJ broke his leg the day before they flew out, so he came by himself. He was like, "I ain't got a DJ. What you saying?" I said, "Yeah, I'll run something for you."
Yeah, Major's my brother, man.
But that was the biggest show of the year for like Kenyans. It was like, you know, let's link up for that one time. Yeah. It's in May, so there's the Rugby Sevens in London. That's the one weekend everyone's like,
exactly.
Jamhuri weekend, it was there, but it's not the same. So it's like that one weekend is when
Jamhuri weekend. Also, a lot of people have gone back home as well.
They've already started going back home. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if I see other communities, every 2 months there's something and it's a big show. You know what I mean? Artists coming over. You'll see them doing 2,000, 3,000 arena. Then you're like, we can do that too, you know. I think we can do that, but it's just.
No, tell me, man. Do we have the numbers?
We do have the numbers, 100%, 100%. And there's no shadow of doubt about it. When we did Major last year, the numbers, it went beyond what we expected.
Wow.
And this year, it's looking good again. You know what I mean? So, like, I think the numbers are there. It's just the consistency isn't there. Sometimes, I think going back from what I've seen, from promoters in the past and stuff like that, and this is not to, you know, show on anyone, whatever, but people kind of realized that there wasn't that reliability on. They couldn't rely on the shows, basically. You know, there would be something be advertised. People start dropping out to do this and that.
Okay, we've
and
had our challenges.
There's that exactly.
Yeah,
there's
we've
those
had our challenges, man. Like, you know what I mean? Sauti Sol, like, trying to get here.
Yeah.
Last year, our show in the O2 was cancelled because our visas.
Yeah.
Like the British Embassy just didn't work our visas on time.
Yeah.
So we've had those kinds of challenges.
Right.
And I ask the fans to be patient with us, because at least now for the cancellation we had last year,
Yeah.
all those tickets are valid for this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
guys,
people are still.
your
come
tickets are
through.
still on. Man.
Yeah,
You're
there we
coming
go.
through,
That's,
man.
yeah, that's good to hear.
We'd actually sold out like 3/4, I think.
Yeah.
Already.
So you see the numbers are there. You
Yeah,
can see it for
they're there.
yourself. You
I
know,
agree,
when you
yeah.
did Jazz Cafe, how many nights did you do? And you went Birmingham, Manchester, and like
we did 3 nights.
You see,
Yeah.
the numbers are there.
numbers are
It's just
there,
that the people need to know there's consistency and also the quality of show. The quality of show. You know, the venue that you come to, is it just gonna be a little? You know what I mean?
That's another thing.
Let's
you
build
know,
up the quality.
I've seen our
and-
music. We've come to London before and played. I won't say shitty venues.
I was there. I know. I was there.
But that place, man.
I was there. I was there.
That place wasn't nice.
I
You
remember
remember
the lights, the sound,
the lights, the sound,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, oh man, why would you fly me business to put me in this
Right.
like thing?
Right.
You know. So I'm also glad to see that our music is moving from the bars and the dingy places
Yeah. Yeah.
into
And proper
spaces
venues.
where
Right,
you know
right.
music is the space is built for music.
Right.
You know, as Sauti Sol, we are very conscious not to play spaces that are not built for music. You know, venues have. There's good things about venues. They have a database of people. You know, they have proper.
You know, like Jazz Cafe, they've been emailing me since that time now when they came to see you guys. Now, every month I'll get a list of the shows that are happening this month. And
you
this,
see,
they have that database.
they
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
database.
yeah.
So like they just. There's a certain order of how the world works
Right.
that we need to integrate.
Into
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to be chocoras too much.
Man, so you keep it. And then also, guys, man, please, it's important that I love our people. I love Kenyans, but you can't be playing for Kenyans at home and coming to play for Kenyans in the diaspora. No. So work your way into having because honestly, when Sauti Sol is playing, it's not only Kenyans, man. I have
Oh no.
people from all over the continent.
Yeah, you guys are big. Come
people
on,
from
man.
all over the
Yeah.
world that come in there. I'm
Yeah.
seeing white folk. I'm seeing all kinds of people. Like the whole crossover effect.
Yeah.
And I would urge artists as well, let's build beyond our people and tell our people also when you're coming, come with a friend who's not from Kenya so that they can experience the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's how Afrobeats has grown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, like the fact that I'm not Nigerian or Ghanaian, but in uni and college and these place times, that's what was banging. As Zonto, you had to know what's going on. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't necessarily go and play them a Sauti Sol song. You know what I mean? Out of the back of but now I want to. You know what I mean? We need to take that pride back.
Yeah,
100%.
let's be deliberate.
Yeah, deliberate. 100%. I agree. And I like going back to what we were saying about Sauti Sol. So what would 2005 or 2006 BN from Sauti Sol say to 2003, or the other way around? Sorry, 2003 BN say to
2023.
Yeah, like you BN now.
BN now.
What would you say to you back in the day, coming up? Well, like looking back in all those years, throughout the journey of music making, writing, performing, what's the one piece of advice you'd say?
Honestly, I would just say stick to it because I don't think we did anything wrong over the years, except everything we did, everything I've done to get me to this point right now in my life.
Yeah.
We've done right, and we've made the best decision for the fans and for us at any particular point. All I would say is I'd spend less time. Maybe I'd use my 20s to just play guitar and to practice. Yeah,
learn the craft.
You get this illusion that there'll be time for that, and you procrastinate and you do this, but you just need to practice, man.
That's it.
Yeah, your musicianship is what keeps you afloat.
Yeah. Put the hours in.
Yeah.
And in the music process, I was saying that the music process that you've done over the years, has it changed over like as you got on older? Since
the game is changing too.
Yeah.
New kids are coming in, they're writing different, they're singing in different cadences.
Yeah.
And for me, I think an artist who is timeless is one who's able to fuse themselves and mutate into the new sounds and cadences of the time.
And still sound like themselves.
And still sound like this. No, don't lose yourself. I don't want you to listen to a BN record and go like, he's trying too hard, He's trying too hard to be with the kids. No, man, I just want you to feel like, wow, man, this guy is still relevant.
Right.
And he's still, current at the same time. Like, I don't know, you get me?
Yeah, no, I get you. That's what Jay-Z does, isn't it? Like, he kind of knows how to... I know I'm old, but I could still go bar for bar with anyone.
Exactly.
That's not a problem.
Exactly.
That's not a problem. I hear you.
Yeah. And I'm just understanding that at the end of the day, the hardest worker in the room is takes the money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're the hardest working guy in the room,
Yeah.
take the.
You're winning.
Yeah, you're winning,
You're
man.
winning.
The bag is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so now you've gone past that. So growing an international audience, is that also part of that process of understanding how to grow the times and how to merge sounds and merge?
It definitely is. You know, one thing that also music gave me is a chance to just travel a lot.
Right.
And see the world a lot.
Right.
And I've been in so many situations where people don't know me. Like even on Sunday when I was jamming at the Africa Center.
Yeah. Which was a very good show, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That was dope, man. That was dope.
But 80% of the people there didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
They were coming to experience me for the first time.
Right.
So I've been in such situations so many times that I've built the psyche to just write as if I'm not known and perform as if nobody knows me in the room.
Yeah.
And it works, man. Like, I always leave that place having built more fans than I came in with. If you come to a concert that BN is involved or the band is involved, that's what you leave with.
You leave as a fan.
Wow, man, you leave a fan.
100%. I agree with that. Yeah. Because I think one thing that, for me, if you ask all my friends, they'll tell you like how much I speak about your pen game, man.
Thanks, man.
I respect your pen. Like
I appreciate it.
It's incredible how many hits you can churn out, man, and it never stops. Like every other, like even like the one you just released a song with Iristar, My Baby.
Yes.
Go stream that. Go check that out.
Go stream My Baby. It's out now. BN featuring Iristar.
So like even
number
that,
12.
number 12 in the
Afrobeat
I ain't even mentioned that yet. Hold on.
Yo. Hey.
But like
I've been told to say like
every
time I need to be Nigerian about this shit. So
yeah, let them know. Go on, say it again then. You know what, I'll say it for you this time.
The first
Kenyan. Yeah, first Kenyan, right?
First East African.
First East African.
Yes.
It's bigger than just Kenya right now.
Yeah,
we're bridging the gap.
I'm the
first East African to top the charts at number 12. With it, come on, man. That's not a little thing, you know. That's not a little milestone. We can't just cross over that like it didn't happen.
Yo,
that's a big deal.
It's
and the more we stream it, the more it climbs. So keep streaming it.
Yeah, please.
Because it's streamed, right? Counts.
Yeah,
the streams
it's actually it's based on streams.
Okay.
And I like it because it's a meritocracy.
Right.
It's not I know a guy.
He's plugged me in.
Does the chart so you can man.
Yeah.
It's actually based on the numbers. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah. The first East African. Don't ever forget that, man.
Don't ever forget.
Yeah, history's written.
Chiki said to me, even if you quit music now, you're still the first East African to do that.
Made history. Facts. Big facts. Yeah, big facts. Yeah. Was that done recently when you were here?
Yes.
In those 6 weeks?
Imagine.
No way.
It was.
You
and I saw it happen
got it out
in real time.
What?
Because I worked the record.
Right,
like Chiki and I went to all interviews. I just showed up, you know, like any place I was meant to show up, I showed up. I did. I've performed the song acoustic in all my interviews. I've just been pushing.
Yeah.
And it's also refreshing to see that, to be in a space where you see your results in real time.
That's 6 weeks. So it's been that's ridiculous.
Imagine.
I love that though.
Yeah.
I love that. How was the studio process between you and Iristar?
That song was written in 20 minutes, I'll be honest.
No way.
Yeah. Ira is an amazing artist.
Yeah, she is very dope.
She's just...
And she was actually in Kenya this weekend, didn't it?
She was. She killed it too.
Yeah.
So like, Ira and I just have great chemistry in studio.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't take us a long time to write this
Was
song.
it planned or we just link up?
It's one of those things where we're playing the same show and then after the show, we're like, let's hit the studio. And then we hit the studio and then did 2 songs.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, let's hit the club. Because she had a club appearance. She's like, BN, take me, please. I was like, oh, sure, let's go.
Yeah.
We hit the club. We hang out. And I actually met her again in Ghana in December. For Dirty December. We hang out there again. So, yeah, man, she's good peeps.
That's a good look, man. Yeah. That's a good turnaround as well. 6 weeks and you've seen the results, man.
I'm seeing the results in real time.
I love that.
So, if you're watching this and, you know, you're from our ends, the East.
Hey, what? The what?
Our ends.
Love that.
You see? You're from our ends.
Yeah.
There's a room for us in this hotel.
There's more than enough room.
Yeah.
There's more than enough room. And then as soon as you drop that, you drop the one with who was it? The Darasa.
Yeah, I mean Darasa was like, yo, I'm dropping. And I was like, Darasa, please, I have a single I'm pushing right now.
Okay.
He was like, I'm dropping anyway, and I'm like, my brother, do it, man. Darasa is my homie.
Okay,
I've wanted to work with Darasa for such a long time.
Yeah, he's very dope as well.
He's a prolific writer.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about your pen game. Like, you just churn it out.
You just churn it out. Like, honestly, it's a blessing.
It's something that you've had to perfect, or you just write what comes.
Yo, I've had to perfect it. And I'd say also over the years, I've surrounded myself with very amazing writers as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like Ben Soul
Ridiculous.
is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Mviri is
another
ridiculous.
One. Yeah.
There's a kid at home called Uaya,
who
one day you'll experience, because I know one day he'll
star.
He definitely has to come, like, get to the top.
Yeah.
You know, the cream will always rise to the top.
Of course.
And just many others, man. I'm currently in London, actually, because, you know, when I'm coming to London to write, I've done a session with Miss Banks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have a song with
that
Miss
bridge,
Banks.
that East African bridge.
Exactly, I have a song with NSG.
I love that.
And
my guys, they're from around here as well.
Yeah. And when I'm working with them, also, I want to write London type, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Slang. So I've been working with a writer
Meet me in
called
the ends.
Carson. Yeah, I've been working with a writer-producer called Carson.
Big up
Carson
to
Hayes.
he was there on Sunday.
He was,
no?
yes. Carson Hayes.
Yeah.
Dope dude too.
Yeah.
And I think part of being an amazing writer is also understanding that you can write with other people. You can't rely too much on your own understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, but being able to write with other people
without feeling intimidated or
exactly.
So just being inspired by what they're writing.
Yeah, and leaving your ego out the room, and just getting in there and understanding that anything that anyone is contributing right now is for the good of the music.
So you put the music first, essentially.
Exactly.
Right.
And just working with Carson, working with all these writers also makes me a more prolific.
Is there anyone you've heard while you've been in London that you'd potentially want to work with?
Man, so many.
Yeah?
So many, yeah. There's a guy called Solomon.
Singer?
Just, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, just check him out on Spotify. Yeah. I mean, I haven't even, like, met him or anything. Of course, in my life, my favorite artist of all time is Skepta.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite.
Serious?
Yanni, I don't even want to do a song with Skepta. I just want to take a picture.
Oh my, no way. Serious?
Yo, I know all his albums.
Yeah.
I rap to all his music.
Oh my
Skepta's my mood in the gym. He's my mood in life. You know, I love Skepta.
You know what? You've just thrown my questions completely left now because I'm just like, what the hell? I love that, bro.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And even before I had any UK connection, like with Cheeky or with any, like, I just love Skepta's music always. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you got a
so
favorite song,
I would
favorite
love
album.
To work with Skepta.
And he works with anyone and everyone, to be honest.
Does,
like
he
once
does.
the
He's
vibe
just not
is
in
there.
London right now. Trust I've tried.
Yeah, he's in Paris, right, or something.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, he's around the world.
But I have tried.
You tried for real, yeah?
Yes.
I love that, man.
I have.
It will happen.
Actually,
It will
6
happen.
degrees of separation. I met a guy on Sunday who's Skepta sound engineer. Last week I was in studio with one of his producers. So like it's, you know,
it's there. The next step now is to meet the man.
Of course.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
It's coming, man. It's coming. And he'll come Kenya. I think he's the type to come and do a show in Kenya as well.
And anything I ever wanted in my life, I've gotten. Imagine.
Yeah.
The law of attraction is real.
It's real. 100%. So we're claiming it now. So you heard it here first, bro. Skepta, MB, and the link up is there. You get me?
100%.
I'll be at the video shoot somewhere in the corner. See me.
We have to.
All right, that's sick though. Have you got like a favorite song, favorite album from him?
My favorite Skepta album is Ignorance is Bliss.
Okay.
Because I think I've listened to his albums from maybe 2012. And when I listen to him evolve throughout the years, what I draw from him is that there should always be a better version of BN coming out all the time. Like every time I update my software, you know, my OS, Skepta right now is iPhone 14. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, top of the range.
And he keeps on updating his OS, you know, the language. And his message is also consistent that he's a gangster guy. Sometimes he sings about love. Sometimes he does this. But I just love the evolution.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's sick. Yeah. I love to hear that, man. The fact that you knew like from that long ago, because you know UK culture now has become a thing in Kenya and East Africa within the
UK culture is huge
since drill.
now.
I guess drill is the one that kind of shipped it over to the younger ones.
Yeah.
So if the fact that you know grime artists, you know these are staples. Skepta is like a staple of
he's
the
the
UK
rice and
music
beans
for them.
of
Yeah,
grime.
100%. You know what I mean? So I love to hear that, man. That's big, and I look forward to that, bro, because it will happen. It will happen.
It'll be huge.
It will happen.
It will.
Yeah, man, that was good. All right, cool. I think going back to I guess Sauti Sol. So the process, it's been a long time. How long you been together now?
So Sauti Sol has been together. I said this in an interview the other day, and people were trolling me on Twitter. So I'll say it again. Sauti Sol has lasted longer than your marriage and your relationship.
And whatever else you got going on.
Anything else you have going on.
Anything else you got going on.
Your addictions.
You know. Yeah, and it's still going. So like.
And right now, I'm just like in. Right now Sauti Sol is an open relationship for me.
That's a great way to describe it.
Yeah, because I don't want to be the guy who was in the group all my life and never gave me a chance. So this is me giving me.
And I think everyone else is having a chance, their own thing as well.
Yes. And it's actually, people always want groups to have bad breakups, so that there's a story. We don't have a bad breakup. We don't have a story to sing about like that. We're still boys. Before I came to the UK, they all came to my house for lunch. We had lunch. Before we did our individual EPs, we had a counseling session with our therapist.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we spoke about it, and we planned it properly. And we availed ourselves for each other's projects.
Right.
I have writing credits in all their projects. They have production credits in my album as well. So all of these things that this stage in life that we are all tackling right now, where everyone is like, it's checking out their individuality. It's things that we have planned.
Interesting.
And I'd like our fans also to treat it as such, and not make us
not take sides,
not to pitch us against one another, because no matter how you try, this marriage isn't stopping.
It's not going nowhere. I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. So I'm impressed, like the fact that you even mentioned, you did therapy together, because it's not something that you'd hear people necessarily overtly speak about, let alone as an individual artist, but as a group, Is that something that you've always done together?
What?
Therapy together. Yeah, together as a group. You've always done that.
I mean, we have a life coach. So everyone has their individual sessions, but when we speak about the future of, the band, and our relationship with one another will always come before the music. Because if that relationship is off, then there's no music.
So the foundation, essentially.
So the foundation is the brotherhood, and that has to be intact. By virtue that we are in that I've been in that band for so long, I don't have other friends except Sauti Sol.
So you have no choice. These are your guys.
Those are my niggas. Those are my niggas. Like we roll deep. So that relationship matters to me more than the music we put out. And in the different phases of life, we might not even be making music together, but as long as we're friends,
it's still boys.
Yeah, as long as I can still knock on any of their doors, and I have a seat at the dinner table, that warms my heart, and vice versa.
Yeah, that's amazing, because you came up together. You used to live together, I think, innit, right?
Bro, we've done it all. We've been in high school together. When we went to uni, we lived together. Like, what haven't we done?
Boys to men, for real.
Yeah, man. We used to teach percussion in prisons in Europe.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? As in drums and bongos and stuff like that?
Like, how prisons in Scandinavia and
they're very open.
They have a program for guys to learn about Africa. This is before Afrobeats and anything.
Is this to do with your old manager? I forget his name.
Yeah, like just when we were starting out, maybe we were like 22, then 23.
So interesting.
Yeah, and that's how I paid for uni actually.
Oh my gosh!
I used to go on tour in Europe, and then we do those tours, and I come back and I pay for a semester like that.
What? So you guys
we've done a lot of stuff together,
for real.
Yeah, what people see on the surface, the stardom and everything, it's just
1%.
Yeah, it's the AOB. It's the any other business.
What was that experience like doing the touring at that age, and you're going to just teach?
Beautiful, man. We got to see the world.
I'm sure that opened your eyes at such a young age, and just seeing different things.
We saw so many young people behind bars. And it kind of makes you look at your freedom differently. Yeah. And some of them are never going to get out. And some of them are out now. And because of at that time, Facebook was the dominant social media genre.
Right.
And to date, this guy still write me on Facebook. Some of the inmates who are out, like, yo, I'm out now.
Oh, they're out.
I'm checking out your music.
Big up to you.
Yeah, shout out, man. You're doing a good job and stuff like that. Yeah, and I did meet Kenyans in there too.
Really?
Yeah, man. I met some Kenyans.
Mimi
nilifikiwa US. Nikapelekwa sijui wapi. Nikastukia niko letu hapa. I'm like, nigga, how'd you end up in a jail in northern Sweden?
Bro,
Like,
and they're surviving.
hey, nilishikiwa US. I'm like, this guy is
Wait, Kenyans are everywhere. Wherever you go, you'll always find us.
you find a Kenyan everywhere, and wherever they are, they just blend. You know,
they just blend in.
Yeah.
So you I guess you spoke about your favorite artist in the world, Skepta. But what's the biggest, I guess, music influence for you? It could be a genre, group, band.
Hey, in different stages of my career.
Yeah.
My music influence has been different.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, like for a moment there, I really loved Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Oh yeah.
Just his songwriting, his pen game is on another level.
Yeah.
He knows how to tap into emotions.
Yeah.
Then I love India Ree is actually my biggest influence.
Oof. And that's even the story when you guys met.
Yeah.
That is an incredible story.
India Ree is my biggest.
That was meant to
influence,
happen,
hands down. India Ree and Music Soul Child.
Oh, I can hear that. Yeah.
Those two people have been my biggest influences. And then there's a guy called Lokua Kanza, who is like a Congolese musician. Yeah, you can check him out. Like he does some acoustic type music stuff.
Okay.
And I met him in Paris actually.
Oh, dope.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then Chronics.
Of course.
Yeah, after watching Chronics, I was converted to the church and the gospel according to Saint Chronics.
He is different gravy, man.
Wow, man.
I'm yet to see him, man.
Oh my God.
I'm going to see him this summer.
It's out of body experience.
Yeah.
I have never, I remember Chiki and I went to watch Chronics. Savara took us out of our house, like, yo guys, let's go watch Chronics. And you were like,
you weren't feeling it.
You know, like in Kenya, reggae concerts.
Kenya?
Yes.
Okay.
And in Kenya, reggae concerts are just, they could be hectic.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But Chronics, and I'd never heard of Chronics.
No way. Before that? Before he came to Kenya?
I knew like two of his songs. Based
Okay,
on,
like the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear it.
Yeah, of course.
Like some songs.
Of course.
But I remember he started playing his set, and by song number 3,
you were sold.
We were hooked, and he took us into another dimension. Totally.
Incredible, man.
I left that place wanting to make different art.
You know the funny thing? That show's still on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it. And I watch it, I think
that was
once
the
a month.
second one.
Oh, there's one before that.
One before
I'm
that.
talking about the one that was
like
KSCC. That's the one.
Now that's the second one.
Oh, so there's one before that.
And then I went for the second one,
Yeah.
like wanting to see if the effect will be the same. I've been to very many church services, man. Yo, I've been touched by pastors and I've fallen down. I've done all that shit. But no one has ever given me a more spiritual experience and awakening than Chronics.
Wow.
In my life.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, he's a powerful musician.
Yeah.
I think everybody should experience Chronics in this life.
100%.
Damian Marley as well.
Another one, yeah.
We went to watch Damian Marley, and Damian Marley is just, he's a beautiful human being.
They're masters of their craft.
They are masters of their craft.
Right.
And I can understand why, like, this guy is on stage, he's not blinged out.
They don't need to do too much.
They don't do too much.
I'm here for the craft of the art.
Exactly, man. And then by the time they leave you with an energy. We couldn't even go. So after the, you know how like after the concert you're like, okay, let's hit the after party. Where are we gonna go? I didn't want to go anywhere. We didn't want to go anywhere because we didn't want to spoil that energy.
Right.
And I remember I took my entire like team in our office, the Sauti Sol team. We took them for the Chronics concert, and their work ethic changed after that. Once you came back to work on Monday morning, and they were different human beings.
Yeah.
And for like a week, for weeks actually,
the energy
in the office was just zen.
Yeah.
You know, like people were just like working. It changed us completely. So like, Chronics has really inspired me. Currently I'm listening to, what's her name? Is her name Caesar? SZA?
Scissor.
And I love just how she writes, man. Her album is so well written. Yeah, I've always been a Burna Boy fan, like,
of course,
brother and a fan.
Yeah, for those that don't know, actually, you got songs together as well, innit?
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Okay, more than 2, but the released
the ones
2
that come out.
Yeah, because every time you get into studio with an artist like Burna Boy, you can't make one.
You
song.
can't stop, right?
Yeah, man. You make more than just keep on making songs.
You know, I find funny the story of how you guys met. I've heard it once.
Burna we were in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Eco Hotel. And you know, Eco Hotel is just many rooms. So Savara and I had just landed, and we were looking for weed, and we couldn't find weed, and because we're in a new country.
Yeah, you gotta know a guy.
So like, we just had a whiff of loud coming from the balcony right next to ours, and we were like, damn. Do you think we can ask these guys for, for some?
Or at least a plug.
Yeah. And then Savara checked and he was like, yo, excuse me. And then coincidentally, the guy smoking his burner. Burner's like,
come
Sauti
over.
Sol, come over, man. And immediately went to his room. He started playing us his shit. He rolled us J's. He gave us weed to carry. Like, yo. And that's the relationship,
I love that story.
Yeah. And we went to his house.
Yeah.
Burner is a brother, man.
Yeah. And even the fact that when you went to his house and he played you like all the unreleased music, and like the way you speak about it, it's unreal. Like he had so much music stored in the bank.
Like he prepared.
And now you see, in hindsight, you can see where he was going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And he had like 2 albums ready.
Wow.
African Giant and Outside.
Wow.
All recorded, all those songs. Some of them were features and the other artists hadn't jumped on already.
Okay.
Yeah, like the God Knows We're Different, the one with Damian Marley, with Angelique Kidjo as well. Like Anybody, like some of those songs,
Wow.
Some of them were just maybe in the demo stage, like Angelina. And I was like, wow. And that's listening to him at the time, I went back and I was hanging out with another artist who really inspires me, Nyashinsky.
Big up Nyash.
And Nyashinsky was just like, I told him, man, that guy's like Tupac. He's gonna be the biggest.
You saw it coming.
I saw it coming,
right.
100%. You can't miss it.
Yeah, yeah, greatness. I love that, man.
You can't miss it. Yeah.
I guess the question I have for that is maybe like, do we sometimes as the East African Kenyan market, do we not look that far ahead? Are we not planning that? Like we were saying earlier, we're thinking about the 3 months, the 6 months, the 1 year, the viral moments. Are we? Because there's not a lot of Kenyan artists, but bar you lot, Nyashinsky, Calligraph, who can do projects, very good projects,
Yeah, I mean,
and
there are
international level projects.
I think where we fail is, for international level, I think where we fail, first of all, is in the production.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
not good producers or what?
We are great producers, but we're good producers in terms of how we conceptualize.
Okay.
It's what kicks are we using? What snares are we using? Our choice of sounds. Like when I'm playing an East African song and when I'm playing a West African set and I add an East African song, that set, is it competing at that level?
Yeah,
Is
the
mix,
cadence.
is the mix perfect? Is the master perfect?
Of course.
On that technical level, we need to up
I get
our
what you
game.
mean by that.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay.
And then, because in the creativity, trust, man, Sauti Sol has an unreleased album we recorded last year. I've had an unreleased album for the last year. Every time I go to new markets, I went to Ghana in December, I was like, fuck, man, this needs to be my album. Because I recorded songs in Ghana.
Yeah.
And then I've come to London.
Adding to the catalogue.
Yeah, I'm coming to London now. And I've just been working on, I have another album from London.
Yes.
So you realize then the work ethic is what.
Yeah.
You need to build a rhythm of work.
100%.
And more often than not, when East Africans finish their album, they chill. They're like, okay, this album. But Mugithi musicians are recording their next album
on stage.
Yeah,
on stage as they're performing.
And that explains their wealth.
Right.
Yeah. Every time an artist releases an album, the next one should be ready. And we have East Africa has a problem in living in previous success. I have a problem talking
admiring your success, like what you've done.
Yeah, I have a problem talking about my previous success. Like, oh, you won an MTV award. Oh, you did this. Oh, you won. Yeah. What's next?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's look forward.
Yeah. We are moving.
Right.
What's happening? What's happening next?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.